everybody, what's going on? It is Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today I'm not here with Katie. Life has been crazy, and we're trying to do the best that we can right now to get you any kind of content at all. So I'm going to maybe do a couple solo podcasts while we're waiting to get the big podcast up and running so we can continue our top 100, because it'll eventually be nice to be done with that. Maybe by the year 2027 we'll be done with that. Jokes, kidding. But in this one, I'm going to try to just bring some topical podcasts here to just talk about something, rant and rave, applaud, just something gaming related for all of you to enjoy, listen to, thumbs down, like, whatever you want to do. Because I just want to keep the podcast and our contributions and our gaming and our conversation, that's the word I was trying to think, flowing. So the best way to do that is probably just bang out a couple 20-minuters every now and then to give you guys something to listen to. Okay, so in this one, what I want to talk about is it's kind of a rant and a rave. There have been a lot of, buzz around games that are reprints, remakes of older games. Now, the most recent example, I think, was Ethnos. There was a first edition, then it was Archaeos Society, then it was Ethnos second edition. And between those, all three of those editions, by the time I got to second edition, something got lost in translation, and powers were different, art was different, graphic design didn't look as good, the rule book wasn't as great. I haven't played, but I've heard from a friend, so this is not one I can truly speak to, but it's kind of along those lines. Now, what really brought this up to me and got me wanting to talk about it is there's a new Agricola edition on GameFound, and if it's done by Awakened Realms, and if you know what they did in the past, they took Castles of Burgundy, which is a Stefan Feld game, and they made it this huge, like, minis, plastic, just beast. It's got everything that's ever been made for it. It's got plastic tiles. It's insane. And it went from, a $30 game to, I think it was like $150, probably $250 if you're all in. I can't remember exactly. But they've done the same thing with Agricola. And they announced on Facebook, I believe it was Facebook, that's where I saw it, that they were going to be doing an Agricola version that's going to have this basically the same treatment as Castles of Burgundy. They're going to take it, they're going to put everything in one box. It's going to be this, all encompassing, which is nice. I like that part. But my issue here is they're not really showing all of I can't tell you much about it right now because the campaign doesn't have a ton of it up and running. It's just like a preview. But my issue with these always is people immediately think that just because this newer version comes out that has all the bells and whistles, it's $1,700, that it's you automatically have to sell your old version of the game and buy this new one. And my thought about that is, my old game is just fine. Just because a newer version comes out that is shinier or new, I always joke around with my friend. I talk to him on Messenger a lot, and I say, new is always better. That's the mindset of the gaming hobby world. That if a game that everyone hates, we'll say the Hengist. Okay, that's an Uwe Rosenberg game that it's like terrible. Nobody likes it. But if Awakened Realms took that, threw some minis in it, made it $300, everyone would love it. That might be a little bit of hyperbole, but you understand what I'm saying. That just because a game is new does not mean it's always better. That was a terrible example, but you get it. So in this one, it's going to be everything that's ever been released, which is cool. I'm pretty into that, which will be a lot of cards, and that's cool. But do we really need to take a classic like Agricola that's super Euro-y, punishing, all about feeding your people, and then turn it into this minis-laden craziness that is going to cost way more than the game should cost? The game's already kind of expensive because it has a lot of cards, and then you're going to try and make it even more expensive by putting little mini sheep in there, mini cows, all the animals and stuff. Probably some minis for your people, like your workers and all that kind of mess. I don't know. I just don't get it. And then to go along with this, they're doing a zombie version as well. Does Agricola need to have zombies? again, this is my opinion. I'm sure this thing's going to be making like $1 billion. So take it easy. But I just don't understand the fascination of always making these games where we have everything in the kitchen sink thrown in there, all these extra plastic bits. Games are already expensive, and now you're going to make it so you're going to price basically everyone out because, with the way everything's going right now, nothing's ever going to be cheaper again. So now you got a game that was $50. Now it's going to be probably $200, $250. And I don't know, it's crazy. The good thing that comes out of this, though, is people are going to be selling their own versions. So if you're looking for a version of Agricola and you don't want to pay a bunch of money, now's your chance because people are going to be unloading because, again, new is always better. Now, to go along with this also came across my Facebook page, and I think this is crazy. Labyrinth Chronicles. So you know the game Labyrinth where you take the tiles and you're sliding them and you're trying to get like a character from one point to another. It's a classic. They're doing Labyrinth Chronicles, which looks like it has, what is that picture? A big crazy like stone monster. It's turning Labyrinth into, I don't even know because I haven't really looked at this one that much. But you're getting Labyrinth, and it's going to be like a legacy game or a campaign game. Again, they're adding a bunch of plastic to it. So instead of tiles, it's going to be plastic walls that you're going to be building up. And it looks like it's the same kind of deal. You have these characters. You're trying to get them to exit the labyrinth. There's also a book. I don't know anything about this. Again, it's in preview mode. But does Labyrinth need to have this? Does Labyrinth, the game that is every store, it's like $12, $15. Does it need to have a version with all these minis and a legacy version of Labyrinth or campaign? Does that even like something that people ask for? Or I don't like to say people ask for. People don't ask for games. People just do it because it makes money. But is that something that people were like clamoring for? Man, it would make Labyrinth awesome. Some campaign or some legacy. I'd really like to tear up some of these tiles because I hate them. I don't know. I don't get it. The Castles of Burgundy had me stumped when it came out. It was nuts. Like it's like a dry Euro, and they're turning it into this minis heavy. Like, trying to make it like a dude on a maps type of game when it's just a little Euro game. So now you have all this extra crap for this game that was super smooth, super quick. Now you gotta, I built a castle, so let me go over here and get this castle. Oh, I built this tile. Let me go over here and get this this piece that replaces this tile. So everything's a 17-step process now instead of yellow tile, yellow space. I don't know. There's something comforting to a game that's simplistic in the way that it's like graphically designed or laid out or the rule set. Not everything has to be upgraded to look great. Some things can just look okay, and that should be fine. If a game is good, it shouldn't matter what it looks like. Agricola is not a looker, I'll admit that. A lot of Uwe's games are not lookers. But they're great games. They play great. They have a nice rule set. They can usually all play solo. The interaction's just enough. They're super tight. Everything about them are great as they are. Now we're going to come in and, make a $400 version that's going to have minis unnecessarily. I don't know. Just something that I want to rant about. And I needed to get that off my chest. So there you go. Sorry if you don't feel the same, but that's just how I'm feeling. All right, so there you go. That was a lot shorter than I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to rant and rave for a little bit longer, but apparently not. So I don't know how often I'm going to do these, if they're all going to be this short, if they'll get longer. Am I going to do lists? I have no idea. I'm just kind of doing this now to see how it goes, see if anybody cares, just to try to give you guys some content so you don't think that we've forgotten about you or we've died. So that's kind of where I am. And I didn't want to do a video today. I just woke up, so I felt, maybe I can just record some audio. So I'll have to take a shower for that. So there you go. So those are some thoughts on second edition Euro games that are completely unnecessary. Let me know if you feel the same. You can hit us up on any of the social media, email, whatever you want to do. I'd love to hear from you. But if not, enjoy, and I'll bring another episode to you at some point. Thanks. Peace.